Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of the Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail expansion, where we're continuing with the Shape of Peace. In we go. Wuklamat thinks it's time to gather her allies for the road ahead. I still haven't had one bite of Namika's food thanks to Papa's nonsense, so I'm going back to finish my plate before I head out. I've otherwise asked everyone to meet at the Ford cabins. Come and join us after you've had a moment to recover, eh? We are meeting. It's been a couple weeks, and it's been maybe a couple weeks. Yeah, about that much time. Again, I apologize for the breaks. I will try to be more consistent, but I can't promise anything more than try. Just with things as they are. Nothing super dramatic, but just having a hard time recording these days. And I have been enjoying the crafting side of things. I've finally gotten into bringing up my jobs, my crafting jobs and gathering job, well, crafting jobs especially, up to the low mid 90s and to 92, 93, and I've just been having a lot of fun with those. The gang assembles. Fontaine, sorry to keep everyone waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I left Eorzea prepared to travel in search of work, so I had few belongings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took rather a lot of time, however. I'm glad that Fontaine has found some connections here. Again, I appreciate you making this commitment, Fontaine. Shall we depart for Earthenshire, then? A word before you go. Who? This is the food guy, right? Like the guy who runs the inn, the restaurant? Yeah, Wukevu. I think that's what I think he's the restaurant guy. Wukevu, what are you doing here? Ah, I spend my days correcting manners, and here I am perpetrating the grave of... Oh, no. This isn't that guy. This is is this the guy we saw in Kozamauka, who was like super proper? Yeah, and here I am perpetrating the grave offense of delaying the third promise's departure. Please take up your axe and rend my flesh unto taco meat. That's really specific. Must your demands be so gruesome? Besides, I told you that kind of thing doesn't bother me. All right, then, it won't bother me either. I like it. It's a really strange character trait, but I like it, of being super apologetic and then just letting it, as soon as your apology is accepted, letting it just, you don't care anymore. I don't know what that was about, Alize. It's clearly a deeply ingrained character trait. Maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's a way to have your cake and eat it too, to like be super into the proprieties, but also to not get too sucked in by them emotionally. I really don't know. It also could just be unrelated to character and just be a recurring gag. I'd come to the city to purchase supplies when I'd spotted your entourage getting ready to leave. You seek the City of Gold, if I'm not mistaken. I guess I assume that was kind of a pretty publicly known thing. I guess I don't know. I assume it's pretty publicly known, though. That's right. It's the final step of the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. Then allow me to be of service. As you know, legends of the Golden City have been passed down in Tyrol for 1,000 years. Yet when it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some portray it as one might expect, a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it is more unassuming and owes the name to a fabulous treasure hidden at its heart. I personally lean towards the latter. Like, I think this is drawing on a lot of early, like a lot of, I don't know, how America was viewed in the 15th century, and it's drawing on a whole bunch of stuff, but part of it is I'm thinking of the expeditions that viewed, like the European expeditions that viewed the Americas as like, with all the legends of golden palaces and the cities of gold and the golden areas and all that, when it was really a couple of things and some actually some gold, but I think the truth is going to be more like there's some gold there and some really valuable stuff there, rather than this like purely golden, you know, actually gold is everything sort of place. Every telling, however, has a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. I mean, what surrounds the Golden City? Because if it's surrounded by, like, hostile giants, that could be as easy as that. The lesson to be learned from this third promise is that to seek the legend is to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. That's all I wish to say. I shall pray for your safe journey. So you're just warning about the danger. Not a whole lot of specifics, but just general warnings. Which is fair, and I think the sentiment is sincere. What are we to make of these cautionary tales? If every expedition has ended in tragedy, how then did the Dawn Servant find the city and return without incident? That is a thing. Like, if no one lives to tell the tale, how is the tale ever told? It seems that the legend originated with the Okwei. Speaking with them remains our strongest lead, I feel. So we are going to see the giants pretty soon, then. Yeah, we're gonna see it follow that lead after getting Fontaine to the Moblins. So Yokwei are the next in line quest wise, probably. Meanwhile, in Kozamauka, they really are going ham on the meanwhiles. I do not mind it. Good way of carrying this story when there's multiple, like,
finding a
main characters here.
Artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilient Sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Yeah, that especially for an artisan, that makes sense.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Such generous words, yet
It's a
manner
threat.
in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
I mean, he's been saying all along, like, that it's for the sake of peace. That I think it's a really silly roundabout way to do it, but it makes sense. I mean, I can understand what he's trying to do. I don't think it's. I think there are far less costly ways of bringing about peace, but he's been pretty open, I think, this whole time, right? That all this is he wants to, like, re-show the world the horrors of war so that they know never to try it again. Like, so that this generation can see the importance of it. But again, they're seeing better ways to do that. Like, almost every other way. Like, even literally doing nothing seems a better way to... Like, people enjoying peace is a great way to show the value of peace.
Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants.
I don't think you want this fight, Bakool Ja Ja. I think you're going to get your ass kicked.
Do not be foolish, Bakool Ja Ja. Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones. And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head.
Like, I get that you have two heads and that you're, like, in general, people with two heads are far stronger than people with just one, but this Bakool Ja, gosh, I don't remember his name, or he's going to come up again in a second. The other guy, the war guy. He seems like the definition of a sleeper build.
The Dawn Servant may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth.
Maybe not, but he just seems like he generally is like a master combatant.
Only a two-head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy. Draw your weapon. Face me in battle and learn your place.
I guess me and my 3 lackeys.
A moment, first promise. Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
Yeah, Surreal Jaw knows what's up. Like, I don't know what the use he's thinking of is, but he's not even worried about him. He's just, like, worried that this guy will kill him outright. Like, he's not worried about his surviving. And I believe that.
Too scared to make the first move?
It's humble in time.
Then allow me!
Yeah, that was it. That was just one properly aimed stab.
But he's just a runt.
He's a runt who's like worked his way up into leading the guards, right? Yeah, they don't want a piece of this.
My thanks for your restraint.
I can kill him whenever I please.
Zeralja.
Your part in this is far from over.
This is why I find Bakool Ja Ja the least concerning. And again, this prediction is a bit more of a long shot, but I do see a potential redemption arc for him. Wuglamat, we're back, and we've brought us a willing pot spawn. This is Bonjantane, a talented goldsmith who once worked at Estime's Aesthetics in Ulda. Wonderful, impressive. You are the first to return, Third Promise. Hi again, Ready Rock. And with an artisan from across the salt, no less. We welcome you and your unique skills to Earthenshire. Helphand will show you to the workpot. This is it then. I look forward to hearing you proclaim Dawn Servant. Thank you, Fonjantane. I'll be sure not to disappoint you. And I'm sure he's going to settle in here well. He'll be treated like royalty. Not quite, but he'll be treated with a lot of respect. You have reached the requirements of the Feat of Pots. Reach met. Ready Rock presents your keystone with smile, joy smiles, and well-wishing. So you must have, what, 4 of those? Yep, just pop them in. The Moblin with the shaking hands with the lizard person. That makes 3. Yeah, who's yours? Someone from across the sea? Oh, more Potsworn candidates. Come tell Ready Rock your tales. Yeah, he's got someone from across the salt. Probably, I'm assuming. Another feat accomplished, another keystone acquired. Oh ho, you are doing well. I expect nothing less of Zeralja's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable, Second Promise. We must have you apply that Charlian knowledge you so cherish, and arm Tural with weapons of Magitech design. Is that Charlian knowledge? I guess they probably know how Magitech works there. Yeah, even if it's not associated with them traditionally. And it would make sense, also, that they value Koana in particular and would not value the strengths that Wuklamat has. In your role as the Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course. The tools of war hold no interest for me. I wish only to improve our nation through practical innovations. Foreign powers will think twice about testing our strength once Tulihyolal is known for its advanced technology, just as the Garlean Empire was deterred from invading Charlian. That may well be true, but how long will it take Tulihyolal to progress to this advanced state? How many years? This is a reasonable argument. Like, do you create technology for, like, military technology to ward off others? And I think the answer is... This sounds very American. I think the answer is probably yes, but I don't know. So with a collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take so very... I don't underestimate it. Going far, becoming technologically advanced enough without military technology as part of that, so that you can reach the point where others are afraid to invade you, that's got to be like way in the future, I think. Siralja, your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Charlian whole. Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking at a future of uprisings and bloodshed. Yours wouldn't be the first failed empire. Yeah, there's like, the world is littered with them. Then we keep fighting until the mounting costs convince them to lay down their weapons. Until all have grown tired of loss. Yeah, there it is again. I will be the most homicidal, genocidal murderer possible. That'll teach people how murder is bad. It's... Again, I get what he's going for. I have no idea why this is the way he's going about it. Like, it would make more sense if he were to team up with Wuklamat and, like, be her, like, and argue for a strong military or for a strong defense along the way. I don't know. How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace. Ready Rock is reminded of days long ago. In the time before Tulihyolal, there were no pot pacts for the Potsworn. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for mobbies. Until the day Bakool Ja Ja arrived. The families of the grab-snatched pleaded with him, and so he came to Earthenshire. Mobbies are not a war-make people. We feared death had come for us, but Bakool Ja just wanted to talk. He had the chance to dominate and didn't. Have we seen is this the first time we've seen the Head of Reason? Vow of Reason, Bakool Ja Ja. So there's the Head of Resolve and the Vow of Reason? Be at ease. We are here to trade words, not blows. The gold work crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of materials used, the mastery of technique employed. Yet it does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Compare that now to the works of a joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into her creations and they shine like the newly risen sun. Have you not seen this to be true? And so began the custom of good living. Happy Potsworn makes good works, and good works make mobbies happy. Yeah. Bakool Ja Ja's words were wise. Joy smiles did indeed bring fine craft and much jingly shine. So the Head of Reason was behind the forging of pot pacts. Very smart innovation. Yes, reason and clever thing changed Mobby's way of life. Like, Zoral Ja must know this. Zoral Ja, like, is specifically mentioned as the one biological child of Bakool Ja Ja. He must have grown up with him, but I guess all the others grew up with him too. The first promise tires of your talk of olden days. He would rather look to the future and the next feat. Look at that smile. That's, oh man. What are those things cat eyes have? Those like things in the corner where the goop collects. You know that, and she has that too. Koana, we should be getting on as well. So the next is Yokwei. Feet of, I'm not sure what it's the feet of. Excuse me. Bakool Ja Ja never did come back, did he? But how's he gonna keep going though without the keystone? Oh, do you have a moment, third promise? Right. Oh, Rakarok would pay you for help. Or right, this is Rakarok. Rakarok would repay you for help handing with Kahe. He brings a tale of the Golden City. Really? I'd love to hear it. The towers, the streets, all fashioned from gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. So he's going with the more traditional view of what the Golden City would be like. The young and the old and everyone in between, they live in golden happiness, city of eternal bliss. Forever perched above the clouds. That part's interesting. The rest I kind of view a little bit as nonsense, but the above the clouds, I'll bet there's something to that one. Everything fashioned from gold, eh? Just imagine having everyone live in golden happiness. That's a city I'd like to visit. Excuse me, Rakarok, but where did you hear that particular tale? From our longtime Yokwei friends. They live up in the mountains in Urkopacha. The giants again. Everything seems everything is pointing us their way. This feat and everything leading up to it has taught me much about the Moblin way of life. I'll be sad to leave Earthenshire and your joy smiles behind. Look at her taking on the language of the Moblins. Ah, the dance. Everyone either is happy or has to pee. On to the giants next. Agreed, golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga and is not to be ignored. The Urkopacha Highlands should be easy enough to reach from here. If we leave Earthenshire from the west, there's a road which leads up to the mountains. Let's find that first. Got some Earthenshire quests in the meanwhile, so I will take a brief break. I'll see you back here in a minute. I return to you. Free of side quests. Mostly? Yeah, no, free of side quests. And on we continue. The Shape of Peace, speak with Wuklamad again. So Wuklamad is waiting at the border of where? Of Urkopacha. This place connects up with Urkopacha's, like, second part, right? It's gotta. Yeah. Hello, gang. Looks like the trail is going to get steep from here on in. I hope everyone's ready for some climbing. Bright-haired something man. Glad I caught you. Ready Rock asked me to bring you back to the village. She says there's something she forgot to give you. Something other than the keystone? Yes, an item of great importance. Wawton? Maybe we'll go with, I don't know, Wawton? How do you pronounce that? It shouldn't take long if you would please follow me. I don't know what this is going to be. The music makes it sound ominous, but I would have expected this to be a good thing. So we'll wait here, and she goes back to check it out. This is taking quite a while. Just keep waiting for now. Do you have anything to say? What's your theory, Kryl? He had rather interesting hair for a Hure, or should I say Tonawauta? In any case, strange that I never noticed him while we were in Earthenshire. So she's sus of the guy. I didn't even think of that. I just took him at face value. Are they hinting that he's, like, from, like, Bakool Ja Ja trying to lure her out to get smacked or something? Man seemed familiar. Huh. What's your theory, Erinville? Knowing Wuklamat, she was probably eating sweets behind our back and forgot to pay the shopkeeper or something equally careless. That's really not it. I agree with Kryl. This is sus as hell. It has to be from one of the other competitors trying to sabotage her in some way. Perhaps there were complications. Let us wait a little while longer. Anything different? No. Yeah, clearly sus. And probably dangerous to her, but I know she could take care of herself, but not physically against the other competitors directly. Like, I do believe that Koana aside, well, not Koana aside, we'll say of the 4 competitors, she's the second weakest physically, I believe, at the moment. It's getting a little ridiculous. Did she get lost on the way back to find us? But how? There's only one road, yeah. I wouldn't underestimate Wuklamat's sense of direction, or lack thereof. I don't think that's it, though. That's right, she's got a link pearl. What's up? We could have just called her and checked in. Going straight to voicemail? She's not responding. Perhaps we should all return to Earthenshire. Yeah, we'll check in with Ready Rock, but I think Ready Rock's going to say, "What are you talking about?" We're back so soon? Yeah, she has no idea what's going on. Ready Rock did not. No, neither has she seen the third promise since you were last here. Then who was that man that came for her? Yeah, so Team Koana has no idea what's going on. Thancred. Oh, I thought you'd left already. Where's Lamati? Is she not with you? It does feel like we kind of let her down in leaving her alone for a bit, but we're her supporters. We're not there to be her perpetual bodyguards. You don't know where she is. Could you let this happen? That thou shouldst worry for thy sister is understandable, yet rather than assign blame, thine energies are better spent on locating her. Good advice. I will help you search. This is not how I'd wish a fellow claimant to lose the contest, my sister least of all. I like your cravat, dude. Is that a cravat? What's that name of that necktie? Is that a cravat? It's the thing that, what's his name? The stuck-up sweater guy from Fred. Fred on Scooby had, right? In that case, dividing our forces will allow us to cover more ground. Kukushu and I should work together at last, the better to facilitate communication between our groups. Oh, I get some Koana time. Then the rest of us will split up. Report in should you find anything. Where are we going? I guess we're gonna figure out the details when we get there. We'll be on our way as well. Right, keep in touch. I do believe almost that if Koana had come to us first, we might well have joined Koana. Come, we should begin our search. Bop, 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 bop. Lost Promise. Koana's anxious to begin the search for Vuklamat. If Lamati was returning to Earthenshire from the west, then she should have passed through here, except Reddy Rock swears he didn't see her. She didn't see her. In which case it is entirely impossible that Lamati never made it back to the village at all. The only way to be certain is to ask the sentry stationed at the opposite entrance. Good place to start. Work backwards. Wait, why here, though? Wouldn't she have come through the west entrance? Is there a west entrance? Maybe there isn't a west entrance. Maybe this is the only main entry. Third promise. Mobby has been standing at his post with diligent eye watchings. He has seen no claimants pass this way. What of a Tonawata? I'm just going to ignore the second W for my pronounce. No, I'll try a Wauta. What of a Tonawata with brightly colored hair? Mobby knows something of this one. He hears tongue flaps about a Pelu peddler in many fires who was attacked by a crazy hair bandit on the road. A bandit, you say? Thank you, you've been most helpful. My sister's clearly not here. Though I wish it were otherwise, we must consider the possibility that the Tonawautan messenger and the brigand described by the sentry are one and the same, and that Lamati is in very real danger. Let us hurry to many fires. I'd like a word with this peddler should they still be around. Yeah, I like that we get to see this kind of up close and personal through Koana. Get to see his logic, his detective skills. And we know for sure that he has her interests at heart. Waylaid peddler, was there something I could help you with? I'm told you were the victim of the bandit attack. Could you recount exactly what happened? My goodness, I thought I recognized you. I'll tell you everything I remember, second promise. It was that scoundrel, Waukesa, who ambushed me. You know the name of your attacker. There's no mistaking the hair. Probably a bad idea to have really standout hair if you're going to be a brigand. All my peddler friends have stories of that notorious bandit leader and his predations. I guess it depends on your goals. If you're going for intimidation, you want to be recognized. If you're going for stealth, you don't want to be recognized. Waukesa and his gang will stoop to any low for the sake of a few pel, and with no fresh quarry coming up the broken stairs, they've had to become more creative. So they did this independently, maybe? Oh, he's going to ransom her. Okay, yeah, but still, it was initiated independently then. Or it seems likely that, at least. Little wonder he went after Lamati. He likely thinks to ransom her for a royal sum. I expect he'll soon make his demands, but I don't intend to wait. We'll find this villain first and deliver his deserved payment in person. Yeah, I'll bet Koana has some... I mean, physically, again, I'll bet he would lose too. Generally lose. I mean, he might be strategic enough and use weapons and technology and stuff, but I'll bet he's got some game as a machinist. What say you to a small deception? I will assume the role of a well-to-do merchant to lure Waukesa out of hiding. Then when he comes sniffing about, we catch the rat by the tail. Again, tricksy, wicked Trixie and false, or friendly Trixie and false. An excellent plan. I have just the right garments for your disguise, at a specially discounted price, of course. A brush with bandits hasn't dampened your mercantile spirit, I see. Very well, I accept your generous deal. And it probably is a generous deal, like he could have sold these to us at regular price, or even at a markup, because we're desperate. But as I've talked about before, these are not the Namazu. Now we lay the bait. I will precede you into many fires to make my presence known. You follow on behind, boasting to those along the way how you paid me a hefty purse in exchange for a rare gemstone or some such. If Waukesa is as coin-hungry as they say, then a recently enriched peddler should be an irresistible mark. We let him strike, and then we spring our trap. Determined Kakushu face. Time to play our parts. Follow his lead, don't fall behind. Okay. Is this going to be one of those things where you have to follow, but, like, not get too close? He just said don't fall too far behind. He didn't say get to stay close, or he didn't say don't stay too close. There, that's Shabral, fellow. Share with him how happy your imaginary deal with me has made you. Once you've put on an appropriate display, we can continue on to our next performance. Shabral are the cats. Right. Emote. Where's my happy emote? Just go to a random stranger jumping around. A rare gemstone from that Hetzaro merchant, you say? I envy the profit he must have made from such a sale. Since the stairs were destroyed, I've not been able to peddle any goods at my usual haunts. Done. The ruse continues. Oh, don't want to get ahead of you. I don't know if it matters, but I'll try to stay behind him anyway. That moblin over there. Okay, next mark. Moblin, look how friggin' happy I am. Watch me jump around. Wah! The sounds. The Hetzaro sold you a Sparklestone for your collection? That explains your giant joy smiles. Mobby is happy for your happiness. Also jealous of the merchant and all the jingly shine he must have made. I appreciate your honesty. One last act. I didn't even hit the pun of the quest name didn't even hit me until now. The law about lost promise. That's an actual phrase, but we actually lost the promise. All right, last one. Tell the cheery Pelu what's up. That friggin' sound. A passing peddler had the very gemstone you sought for your collection? That's a stroke of luck. And I'll wager the merchant was just as pleased to fill his pockets with your grateful coin, eh? Alright, so we've spread our rumors. Well, I'm inspired to go and earn some pel of my own. Who knows? Maybe opportunity will find me even as it found you. Again, for stealth, this is not a great look. The bright red hair. Koana, ah, my most valued customer. The profit from that single purchase of yours should see me through weeks of idle leisure. Traveling with such a fat person, no sellswords is tempting fate, so I shall make Earthenshire my last stop, and then return forthwith to Tulik Yolal. I wonder if if there's an emote to do that face, so that you could make yourself look as sinister as that guy just did. Did you see? The rat has come for a nibble. You played your part to perfection, Kakushu. A woman of many talents, just as Thancred and Urianger described. Now let us lure Waukesa out and spring our trap. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, look at this. I swapped to a job that could actually use this upgrade, the head upgrade I just got from this, which is Dancer specifically, because Pictomancer was too high. Look at this badass wrapping. I love this. What is this called? Mountain Linen Field Dressing of Aiming. This is fantastic. I really like this headpiece. Alright, Koana, a brother's duty. Koana wishes to execute the final stage of his plan. Let us execute the final stage of the plan. I will set out towards Earthenshire alone and unarmed. The better to sell the act of a defenseless merchant. Assuming Waukesa is watching, he will likely wait for some quiet stretch of the road before accosting me. I'll be relying on you to follow closely behind, remaining hidden until the time comes to spring the trap on our bandit king. Just remember, we need him alive. Because there's always the possibility that this is not related at all to the contest, but I don't think that would actually be filler if this was just a random bandit. And I don't think they're going to go that route. By the way, it's really hot in here, so I have a fan on. I don't think this is getting picked up. If it is, I apologize. And if it is, let me know, and I'll avoid it in the future. I'll find another way to get cool. Nice and rainy. That looks nice. It's late September, and it's mid-September, and it's in the 80s here, and it really shouldn't be. There he comes. Oh, nope. Someone else. One of Waukessa's helpers? Yeah, okay. I hear your business has been good to you, Master Merchant. How about you share some of the profits? And by some, I mean every coin you have. Yeah, I don't think they're ready for Koana himself. Again, I feel like Koana can hold his own, even without us. But I'm not certain. He might not be able to. You're that gemstone collector. Oh, I see what this is. We've been tricked. Spit in your eye. Men, kill these Vidral. Vidral, I guess, are just those... Because we've heard about the Vidral a bit more in some of the side quests I've done along the way, where they're like, just... I know the Tural Vidral, but like, I guess that I'd never heard that as just a way to describe just a person who's bestial and gross. Alright, leave them capable of speech. I will do what I can. I will paint their mouths shut. Unless I forget how to play as a Pictomancer, because it's been a while. Think we're going there? Oh yeah, no, these are no problem at all. Was I supposed to leave them alive? Maybe they are alive. Maybe they're mostly alive. Yeah, they're okay. I was hoping to talk with your boss, but I suppose you three will have to do. Wait, that's the second promise. What do you want with us? Hetsaro Bandit. Think I'm scared of a fancy title? I'll take your royal ears as a trophy, as soon as I get free of these ropes. Doesn't feel like you're in a great position to be making threats, my friend. Hetsaros are the cats. I know your gang is behind my sister's abduction. Tell me where she is. Eat pock of shit, Shaw Salt Lover. Has 14 used the word shit before? I really don't think so. Okay. He'll not get answers from us. I'm surprised by that. Doesn't seem like that kind of game. That's right, we don't serve you. Do not play games with me. Where is Wuklamat? Yeah, the cat brought out the claws. And he really cares for her. Okay, I thought he was like possessed, like shaking it off. No, he doesn't get heated usually, I get the sense. I am fast losing patience. Talk now or die. Choice is yours. We were hired to nab the third promise, that's all. We don't know where they took her. Hired by whom? We weren't told that either. Only Waukessa knows. He's the one who took the job. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Once I've arranged for the Landsguard to take custody of these criminals, I'll call on Thancred and his tracking skills, but perhaps you could pursue Waukessa in the meantime. The bandit was running in an easterly direction. Should you locate him, I suggest you shadow him rather than force a confrontation. He might lead us to where Lama T is being held. Good idea. What's he doing? Just lurking? I guess he's still escaping. So, yeah, that makes sense. Because the ambush didn't happen that long ago. Followed from behind from a distance. So they've updated some... I heard this. I heard they updated some of the, like, warning signs here. Should your quarry begin displaying the effect shown in the picture, you will be discovered when he turns around. To avoid detection at these times, make use of cover such as rocks or trees. Also, and in failure, if you get too close, avoid stepping in the detection circle. I love that. I love that they made this more clear. It doesn't mean I'm going to succeed. I probably won't. But I appreciate that they made it more clear. Where is he? Is that him over there? Yeah. Job's more trouble than it's worth. Oh shit. So I can't be in sight when that comes up, can I? Or I guess I can? I just want to be behind the cover? I don't know. So he's looking. Now he goes again. I don't know how closely how soon he's going to turn around. Should I be on the mount? Probably. He's fast. This was meant to be easy. And yet. Okay. We're doing okay. Again, if I don't know when he's going to turn around. Am I... Because there's no cover between now and then. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. What was that? No, no, no. You don't see anything. Like, there's no cover. Where's their cover? Here. Yeah, we're bad at hiding, but he senses something, but it's hard to avoid being totally seen. Damn nerves, yeah. So I think we're doing okay. And they don't seem like they're going to try to trap us by, like, suddenly turning around multiple times, like someone trying to win a game of red light, green light. Should be safe enough now. Yeah, we're okay. Don't get too close. Don't blow it. He said to meet him in front of the hideout. Where's that damn Hubigo? I totally forgot what Hubigo is. Maybe off to the side here. There's that damn Hubigo. Okay, so I'm supposed to go to the destination here. We did it. All right, that was way smoother than in Endwalker. That was way smoother. That was great. I mean, it wasn't great, but that was relative to how it was there. The clarity on the new systems there, it makes a lot of difference. Finally, give me my money. Give it to me now. The Landsguard may be hunting us already. Shady Hubigo, right? Hubigo's the lizard. This is never gonna stick. I apologize. Calm yourself. We all had our own troubles finding a suitable hideaway. Right. We're finished. Take your prize and leave me out of the rest. Such hostility. You are hurting for coin, and I offered you gainful employment out of the kindness of my heart. Is this guy gonna get killed? No. Kindness, you brought a blackened tempest upon us. One look and I could tell that woman was a killer, a butcher, a salted devil in flesh. Wuk-Lamat? I guess Wuk-Lamat's a killer. It's sort of like how Gandalf was saying, like, I am the most dangerous person you'll ever meet. Like, it's just, the danger isn't aimed at you. Oh, spare me your feet for fearful bleating. Go on, scamper away now before the scary mercenary comes to claim your head. Oh, that's me they're talking about. Maybe it's me? Yeah, that's me. Okay. I'm the scary devil in salted flesh and whatever, of course. Koana told me the news. You found the abductor then? What's the situation? And you think the bandits were hired by this Hubigo? Right, new strategy. Forget Wow Kessa and stay on the Bakool Ja Ja's tail. We don't want to endanger the third promise, so keep your distance and oh no, until we're certain they have her. Catch up as soon as you're able. Not this again. I'm okay with it. I get it. I appreciate it compared to last time. It's still stressful. If it's another of these, if there's another of these follow without being seen. Follow the Hubigo without being seen. Yeah, dagnabbit. All right. Behind the door, maybe? Behind the tree? What's the next? The next is that narrow-ass pine tree, right? Or the, not pine tree, but that, the spiky-haired tree. Maybe this? Okay. The Shady Hubigo is less wary than the other one, than while we're... Oh, look at that. The rains have stopped. We've been graced with another beautiful day. Me and my Silky. Look at the blue here. I'd better hurry if I don't want a beating. Yeah, get running. Scampering from cover to cover. What are these flowers called in real life? Like that kind of blue... Those aren't irises. I don't know what they're called, but they're really pretty. Okay, next cover. Next cover. I don't know what the next cover would be. Maybe this rock? Yeah, we got it. One last precaution. Just in case. So that went, again, that was much shorter than the last one. What are those called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Those blue, speary flowers. So now the manatee is free. So no one can follow behind you, I guess? But how are you gonna... Wasn't that for your ship? Bye, manatee.
Better late than never. That Bakool Ja, he's the one who kidnapped Wuk-Lamat. So we're still unsure.
Yeah, maybe.
If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors. complicate matters.
What will? Oh, Koana rushing up to save the day. Or no, not Koana rushing up to save the day, just them taking off in a ship without one to follow.
Confound it!
If I set out now, I can trail them along the riverbank.
He's got a bit of Aragorn in him, doesn't he?
Do it!
Even if it costs you the contest.
He doesn't care about that as nearly as much.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
Good guy, Koana.
Very well then. I'll send word when I locate her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
I wonder if the first... Because we haven't gotten to the first trial yet. I had assumed for a bit it was going to be
Let
the...
Hubi go just now. I swear I've seen him with Bakool Ja Ja.
I had assumed the first trial was going to be the big bird. But more and more, I mean, just with the level we're at, because they often come at like 82, 83, 92, 93. Maybe it'll just be a trial against like Bakool Ja Ja. That could well be.
The way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so he could steal her keystones. But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived.
They lured her in with tacos, poisoned sleep-inducing tacos.
I should have been there. If those bastards have hurt her.
I like seeing this side of him. I thought you were the cool-headed one. No, we're not going to do that. Be patient, trust, and Thancred. Calm down. Telling him to calm down seems pretty counterproductive.
I do trust him, but... Forgive me. Snapping at you won't get my sister back. I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into a panic.
I guess he's the older brother?
But isn't that how families should be? These days, Turali Mikote live however they please. But the clan into which I was born kept to the nomadic traditions of our ancestors. They herded their own neck across the plains, always moving with the seasons.
I get by context what, like, Ronek is probably a type of cattle, but I don't think we've seen one yet.
During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind. A child.
Excuse me.
All alone. Without a single word of explanation. A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself.
Why would they do that? These days, Turali Mikote live however they... Interesting he used the term Mikote. I mean, it's one of those signs that he's very much a Charlian weeb, you know, like he's very in love with the Charlian stuff. That he doesn't use the Hetsuo, you know, the non-Mikote term. Hetsaro. So his clan kept nomadic traditions, but they abandoned him one day.
I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me.
Because it really seems like, I think we take on good faith that they actually did leave him to die. Because it's not like they left him on the doorstep of the Dawn servant or anything. They left him to die, and it was by chance that he found someone. Why would they do that? I don't know anything. That's one of the new mysteries here, is why would they do that? Was he considered like the runt of the litter, like too physically weak or something? I really don't know.
I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us.
Like me, she had been cast aside by her parent. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering.
I really like his voice actor, by the way. I don't know who that is, but I really like him.
As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her.
I can see why Thancred likes him. It's not a direct parallel, but it makes me think of Thancred and Minfilia.
As you might now understand, I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word from Thancred, I suggest we prepare ourselves to travel downriver. You have a boat, yes?
Do I? Not really. I mean, there's this thing, but I don't know whose it is.
Why release the Punity if not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it.
Punity. Punity.
Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
I'll get him on the horn. Anyone under the age of 40, is the get him on the horn like a phrase that you heard of?
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
Yeah, I really like his voice actor. I think it's like subtle, it's impassionate. I think it's Koana. I think it's very Koana. I like it. I may have been put rescuing Lamati ahead of my own progress, but do not take that to mean I've given up on the contest. You understand how important she is to me. Yet regardless of how close we were, I would have made the same choice. After all, if I am incapable of saving my sister while also winning the throne, then I am not fit to inherit our father's heavy mantle. In a vacuum, yes, but remember, we're choosing between a small number of people. I know that the Dawn Servant said that if... I'm hiding. I know that the Dawn Servant said that if nobody proved really worthy, that he would just keep the title. I don't know that the others would give him that choice. Koana, yes. Bakool Ja Ja, yes. I don't know that the other two would allow him to keep it. I think it... Worst come, I think it might come to them leading a coup of some sort. Feeding the river. Koana wishes to gather your companions for the upcoming rescue mission. We need to gather our forces. Firstly, allow me to brief everyone on our present situation. Are those crocuses? Are those irises? Gosh, I'm gonna look it up in a bit. Thus, at the very least, we believe this Hubigo knows where Lamati has been taken. Thancred is shadowing their boat even as we speak, and I should like to join him with all haste. Unfortunately, our quarry has the foresight to release your punity from its harness, leaving us without a means to give pursuit. Erenville. As an expert on wildlife, what are our chances of recapturing the beast? And thank you for clarifying that in the comments, that he's like the wildlife guy. The beast, like the Punity? Are we really trying to get the Punity back? With the right mix of feed, it can be done. I should like an extra hand to help scatter it about, however. Did I miss something? Our chances of recap... Yeah, we're trying to get the Punity back. I did not foresee that. I didn't know it was remotely possible. Meanwhile, the rest of us should work on getting the harness repaired. It appears to have been damaged when the Punity was let loose. With all the peddlers here in camp, we should have little trouble purchasing replacement materials. As for any necessary metalwork, Earthenshire's artisans are but a short walk away. Then let us divide the tasks and have at it. I'm glad he's stayed an astrologian. I think it's going to be a little while before there's any sort of job changes. Except maybe Alize. She's been a red mage forever, and as a red mage main, I mean, I appreciate that, but I wouldn't be surprised if Alizé has a job change at some point. Maybe more likely to Viper, not to Pictomancer. There was an unusually aggressive herd of wild Punatees downriver, so our girl will have fled in the opposite direction. Come, we'll try the waters upriver. Let's track with Erinville. Miyaka Bexoma. Assuming our Punatee has come this way, she'll be hiding in the depths of the marsh Legaka. We'll need to lure her back to the shallows with the promise of food. It's a good way as any. Wild Punatees eat mainly aquatic grasses and plants, but the tame ones are often fed vegetable scraps. Knowing this, I added leftovers to the feed I've prepared. This should help the mixture stand out against the marsh's natural scents. God, those Widowmakers are cool as hell. Legaka is crawling with predators, however, so I'll leave it to you to scatter feed deeper in. I'll be waiting for you near the shadows, well, with the rest of our Punatee's enticing feast. So he's definitely not a fighter. He is very much a lover, but not a fighter. He's probably a lover. That's my assumption, is that he has loverly qualities. This pungent Punatee feed contains a mix of aquatic plants and vegetable scraps. Just dumping it along the water here. All looks good. All set? I've just finished laying out the last of the bait. Step back out of sight and leave the rest to me. We are being a sneaky beaver this whole session, aren't we? Here she is. What a good girl. Shh, there's nothing to be afraid of. We just need your help one last time. You're hungry, I wager. Come on with me. Look at its big, beautiful nose. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Yes, there's a good girl. She's such a good girl. She's flying. My headcanon, by the way, is that she's not actually floating, that like she's wading through the shallows. I don't know. We'll be fine here, I think. I'll give her a few more treats, then lead her over to the boat. You can let Koana know we have our Punatee back. This whole place looks like a Pictomancer's dream. Small prediction, by the way. I predict that some of people will find some of this stuff to be filler. Like, why don't we fight stuff here? Why don't we have combat here? And I think that's fair enough. I just disagree personally. Like, I understand why people would think that, and maybe people don't think that, but just my guess. I don't feel that way. I'm just happy to kind of like be existing in this world, and it's not like this is the only thing we're doing. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of chill. I like it. Erinville has the Punatee in hand, then. Good. I expected nothing less from a certified gleaner. From one of your own, from one of your proud Charlian peoples. As for the harness, we were able to purchase the parts we need. The Levier twins are over in Earthenshire right now, having the Potsworn make the repairs. I'm told it shouldn't take long. We'll be ready to embark on our rescue mission as soon as we hear from Thancred. And I think this is the last quest I'm going to do for today. Sibling Rescue. Koana is nervously awaiting the call from Thancred. Thancred must know something by now. You found her. Understood, thank you. I had to but invoke his name. Thancred followed the Hubigo's boat to its destination and confirmed they are indeed holding my sister captive. They, of course, being Bakool Ja Ja and his minions. Swear I will make them regret this. Lamati is in Richleaf time. So it is Bakool Ja Ja, of course. Whether it's Bakool Ja Ja doing this of his own free will or doing this at the behest of Zoo... I can't friggin' remember his name. All these names are just... I'm so bad with them. I'm looking this up. No, I'm not looking this up. It's gonna hard to avoid spoilers that way. But the Zareel Ja, is it? Zareel Ja? All right, she's in Rich Leaf Tunnels. The moment the harness is repaired, we strap in the Punati and make our way back down Ifwe Katumu. I also like that the dungeon is coming back again. Like that it's just a part of... Because it wasn't a dungeon the way you think of like going into... I don't know. Any of the... Like an underground cave with treasure at the end of it. It was a dungeon as like a chase through a part of the world that we just have to go through normally. I like that the dungeon's being used to develop the world as a whole, is what I mean. The continent.
The third promise is up ahead. She's unharmed, but we best not dally.
She's got to be feeling so bad about this. She shouldn't, but like I imagine she is. Like she'll be apologetic. Sorry, I was careless. Sorry, I made you... Look at that beautiful sight. Oh my gosh. The God Ray is coming down. He's definitely being manipulated by Zareel Ja, but...
Pathetic feats. Far more satisfying to claim the baubles by force.
I don't remember. Did they explicitly say if claiming the baubles by force is illegal? It has to be, right?
Give it back! Forzenten poured his everything into that stone. You've no right to touch it.
Oh, was that the name of your artisan? How could you allow something so precious to be stolen?
Because you friggin' jumped her.
You thieving cheat! You're no true claimant.
What does that make the foolish kitty who fell into my trap? If pitiful roars were all it took to claim the throne, you'd be first in line.
The Mystic Head, I really like the Mystic Head's voice acting, because the Mystic is such a smarmy jackwagon. Like it's a very punchable iguana.
You shouldn't tease her. Look,
Chameleon?
the poor thing's on the verge of tears. Meow. Someone save me.
Well, someone is coming to save her. A dick face. I still am not convinced he's a full villain. Oh, a gun to the face.
Who did that?
I'm not convinced he won't have a redemption arc, but he is very much a dick face.
His skulls.
Coward! You dare ambush me?
Look who's talking, Broseph.
'Tis the blessed sibling's favorite tactic.
That useless Buna was sycophant. He was supposed to keep the lackeys running in circles.
He just keep firing.
You must tell me all about that.
Like, it's not doing much, but I appreciate that you're not wasting time just talking. You're just shooting them.
Careful now. You wouldn't want to hit her hostage.
Like, there's no way the Dawn... Unless you kill us all, there's no way the Dawn Servant's letting this go. Music's surprisingly upbeat for something or a fairly threatening moment. Here I waddle into the fray.
That one's not to be underestimated.
The others, underestimate them all you want.
They can do nothing while we have.
I mean, you broke her fall, but that's gotta hurt like hell.
Impeccable timing.
Get her off him before she can't breathe. Before he can't breathe.
Amachi, are you all right?
Oh my god, that's gotta knock the wind out of him.
Aye, thanks to you.
I love her. I love Wuklamat so much. Just like her voice, her like demeanor, everything about her character. I really like her.
Weaklings think they can defy us?
My
Slaughter the lot of them.
if I had one criticism of Dawntrail at this point, it's that I feel like we're using too many of the Scions. I'd rather, like, I appreciate that they are shifting more of the focus to Erenville and Wuklamot. I'd really have... I don't know, this may be unfair. This is... If it were up to me, if Yoshi P were about to design Dawntrail and telling me the general story and saying any suggestions, I would have said to put the Scions basically into retirement for all but the transitionary quests. Have them be back, like start a new thing, like start a new set of people and really just focus on them and leave the Scions in the past. But they're not going there, and I like the Scions. I'm very happy with that too, but it wouldn't have been the way I would have gone.
Patience, brother. The keystone is ours. There is no need to fight this day. And Zoral Ja has left us hurting. No! I won't stop until I gut these maggots and feed them their entrails!
So the Mighty seems to control both the arms. The Mystic may just be a head. I don't know if the Mystic has any physical control.
If we fall here, we fail our siblings for nothing. Is that what you want?
And that's what makes me think there's a redemption arc in the future, because it sounds like there's very real grievances that Bakool Ja Ja has. Like, he's not evil for the sake of being a Disney villain.
Brother.
He has very real grievances, and I think we're going to see that sooner rather than later. I don't know if it's sooner rather than later. We're going to see that eventually, I'm sure.
Wait! Damn you, Bakool Ja Ja!
What is that? So maybe the left hand is the Mystics. Because that looked magic-y. Was that a teleport, or was that like a Batman distraction? It was a distraction. Like a flashbang.
Hamachi is safe. And that is what matters.
Yeah, I appreciate you tried to catch her, and you did catch her, but that's got a sting. She is a large kitty. Like, a lot of muscle, and she's, like, far larger than you. But it's, like, fictional physics always says that, like, if you catch someone at the very bottom of their fall, they're probably okay. I'm glad to see you unharmed, Lamati. Thanks for coming again to my rescue, Koana. And all of you, too. Bakool Ja Ja must be desperate indeed to resort to such aggressive tactics. I shouldn't have been so careless. I underestimated him, and it cost me a keystone. Fontaine upended his life so I could accomplish the Moblin's feat. He believed in me, believed in my cause, and I've let him down. There's still time yet. And I guess it's not very leaderly to go tell on the person that kidnapped and tried to murder you, but screw that. I think you got to do that anyway. This seems beyond the pale of what's allowed in the contest. Yeah, we take back what was stolen. Yes, we'll do exactly that. You got a whole team behind you. Next time I meet that brute, I'll knock him straight on his scaly behind and take back my keystone. And if Koana and company come up upon him first, they're going to give you the keystone. Like, it's not even a question. Speaking of vengeance, didn't Bakool Ja Ja curse some useless Bunewa sycophant when he caught sight of us? I wondered about that. Like, was that... I don't know who that was. Oh, Surreal Ja, of course. I don't think he's a sycophant, but I see why he would insult him as such. A reference to Surreal Ja, I would assume. He is devoted to our brother and is the only Bunewa I know of participating in the rite of succession. Surreal Ja was somehow involved in this. I think he might have been maybe behind, like, manipulating manipulating Bakool Ja Ja into a certain state of mind, but I don't think he was behind this in that direct a way. I will never forgive him for putting our sister in danger. He will have forfeited his right to be called brother. Yeah, they're not used to seeing him heated. I don't know why they're laughing. Bakool Ja Ja should face punishment, of course, but so must the bandits who had the temerity to abduct Lamati. I shall request that Father send a contingent of Landsguard to enforce the law in this region. I agree that measures need to be taken to keep travelers safe. But I wonder, what pushed these people towards a life of banditry in the first place? If we dig deeper, we might find a way to improve things for everyone. This is why she's going to be a great leader. And does Koana recognize that? Is Koana starting to have a trail of realization dawn upon him? There's something to think about. For now, however, the rite continues. I thank you all for your help. Like, this could be, if he loses, this could be a moment where, or if he gives up in some way or cedes anything to her, or joins her team eventually, this could be one of those moments that convinced him. We should be moving on as well. Are you feeling fit to travel, Wuklamat? She's bounced back much quicker than I expected. I like it. You bet I am. Zoral Ja's gained a good head start, and it's time we clawed back some lost ground. Are those life preservers up on the wall? No, those are just designs. Just Earthenshire designs. Or Moblin designs. Alright, Wook. I'm really sorry this happened. From now on, I won't let my guard down around suspicious strangers. And again, I do appreciate you all coming to save me. You are welcome, and now I can fly. Ah, heck yeah. Freebird Kozamauka. Yes. Okay. And some new quests opened up here, but that's going to be all for me. Next time, probably in a couple days from now, I will continue on with History's Keepers, whatever that entails. Alright, thanks for watching. See you later. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this as we progress through the Dawntrail MSQ. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.